welcome to my channel. Today we are making Lebanese flatbread, also known as manakish or ma'oush. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Sorry about that. So try my best, right? I'm actually going over my sister's house to cook dinner, and I'm going to make a curry, and I wanted to make a flatbread to go with it. So this is Lebanese like mountain flatbread that I'm making, and so we started out. Here's the mixture that I made starting out. So I put a half a cup of flour, a half a cup of warm water, some yeast, about a teaspoon, half to a teaspoon, and 1 teaspoon of sugar in here. Mix it together and I let it rise about 30 to 60 minutes. Okay, and so now I'm just going to pour this into my bowl, add 1 cup of flour, a drizzle of olive oil, and then we're just going to knead it a little bit and let it rise again. So I'm going to pour that into my bowl here. I don't know if you can see that. Look at that. Okay. So if you've ever been to Neomode, which is a Mediterranean restaurant, I love going there. I went there a couple of times with friends, and it's really delicious food there. And there's a lot of Middle Eastern food there. So you probably would find a recipe like this there if you go to Neomode or if you go to a Mediterranean restaurant. Mispronounced the word of the restaurant. I think it's Neomandi. I'm butchering my words today, guys. I'm butchering them, but I'm trying. Go to a Mediterranean restaurant. I also like Zoe's Kitchen. Zoe's Kitchen is a little bit more Americanized, but it's a great Middle Eastern place to eat. 1 cup of flour. I'm just using plain unbleached all-purpose flour. You probably could mix in like do whole wheat pastry, but I wanted this to be a little bit more authentic, so I'm just using plain flour, and then I'm going to drizzle in about a teaspoon or tablespoon of olive oil, because you can't make Lebanese flatbread or Israeli flatbread or Middle Eastern flatbread without a little bit of olive oil. Of course, if you're oil free, you could just skip it, or you could add some yogurt instead. That will take you more of the direction of Indian flatbread, but it'll work just the same. Quiche or manouche actually means to carve out, and so usually they'll take the flatbread and they roll it out and they're like kind of like with their fingers or whatever. We'll see how successful I am with that. I added just a pinch of sea salt. And usually they will top this with like za'atar, which is like a mix of herbs, and and then they add some olive oil to it. It's like thyme and all of that. Or they will put like cheese and meat on top and make like pizzas with this. Add a little bit more. You might need a little bit more water. So I get to, I'm going to go over and cook dinner for my sister and her new little baby, my new baby niece. I have a lot of sisters, guys. So I know you guys hear me name. I've got one niece from one sister that was just born in December, and then I have this niece that was just recently born. So I have a lot of sisters, and I'm beginning to have a lot of nieces. It rise a little bit more. Now, if you wanted to speed up this recipe, then you could use fast-acting yeast, and that would speed up the process. I'm thinking of cooking half of this on the stovetop and half of it in the oven at like a high temperature. So I've preheated my oven ahead of time just to get it scorching hot, because I'm going to try to bake some of these as well. Now, I don't have a stone, which works great. You can put these flatbreads on a stone and bake them in the oven, but I don't have like a pizza stone, so I'm just going to use a sheet pan and see how that works. Okay, so kneading really works in your favor for this recipe, and in general. I used not to knead my dough a lot, and my recipes came out good, but when I started kneading my dough, like my dough for cinnamon rolls, which I need to put that recipe up here soon, it just took my baking to a whole new level. That's good. So you can put down a little bit of flour so that it won't stick, or you can put down a little bit more olive oil. And we're just going to put this in this bowl. I'm not going to let it rise too long, because I let the yeast mixture actually sit over 60 minutes, I think. So just going to let it sit up here, wipe off the counter, clean up a little bit, and I'll be back. The dough has doubled in size. You can actually put this in the refrigerator and leave it overnight. That would make it even better, but ain't nobody had time for that. So we're going to go ahead and roll it out now. The door to my deck is open, so I've got this sunlight coming in. I can hear the birds chirping outside. So I'm just gonna take my dough out. It really doesn't need much kneading at this point, so I'm just gonna kind of shape it into like a circle, and then I'm gonna cut like wedges, and then for each wedge I'm gonna kind of roll the ball. So yeah, I am due over any time to finish the rest of the meal. Let's see. Balls and kind of almost roll it out as thin as possible. You actually can take the back of your bowl, of a bowl, and you can stretch it onto the back of the bowl until you get the dough as thin as possible. I'm not going to do that though. And I got my skillet over here that I'm about to throw it into. And you don't need to cook it long on each side. After you cook them, then you want to cover them up, and that's going to finish cooking them. I don't know why my oven keeps beeping. Anyway, you want to cover them up with a tile because that's going to finish cooking them. That's going to keep them, you know, soft and everything. So I've just got a kitchen tile in my little plate bowl that I'm going to put the flatbreads after they're cooked. And so it's something like this. Got one cooking on the stove. Just going to keep rolling. Almost time to flip it over, but that's what you should see. Lumps for me. That's good. And let's check it. There we go. Look at that. And the more you cook them, the more browner they'll get. They'll have like little spots. And so, yeah. And there's no oil in my pan, so again, if you want to do these totally oil-free, they're totally oil-free friendly. You don't need to have any oil in the pan unless you want to put some in there, but they brown nicely without it, so whichever you want to do. Look at that. This in here with the other ones, and just cover it back up and keep it covered while I continue to cook. So this is the one from in the oven. I flipped it over midway, and it only takes like 2-3 minutes to cook in the oven, guys. It's really burnt. It burnt a little bit. Oops. Oh well. In the oven, you cook it similar to how you would cook it in a skillet. When you see those bubbles forms on the top, flip them over. It takes about 2-3 minutes, but the oven kind, oh my god. It'd be perfect for like, let me get back because I don't want to spit on the bread. It'd be perfect for like hummus, or if you wanted to make a pizza and put like za'atar on it, or like whatever, vegetable, sauce, meat, cheese, whatever you want to put on top like we traditionally do. You could do that. And then I'm going to sneak a piece of like the fluffy kind here. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, it's nice, it's fluffy. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. And yeah, I will see you guys again very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Stay healthy, stay well, and keep smiling because we always have something to be grateful for. Listening with some music on, cooking the bread over like a fire. I don't know what this dance is that I'm doing. Ooh, got a phone call? Yeah. Hey sis, what's up? Yeah, I know I'm late, but I made you some bread though. Oh, I'll be right now.